This is The Wheel Weaves, a Wheel of Time podcast with no spoilers. Hey everyone, I'm your host Dani, and I'm the first-time reader going through this series chapter by chapter. As always, there's no spoilers past the chapter we're covering, and that means it's totally safe for first-time readers. I'm joined by my co-host Brett, who's a longtime fan, and he's guiding me on this journey. We'd like to thank and acknowledge our executive producers, Brandy and Kirkwood, Sean McGuire, Yanis, LightBlindedFool, Green Man, Deyvis, Ferreira, Margaret, Big C, Bennett Williamson, Dylan C, Hannah Green, Noralia, Jordan Gower, Geof Searles, Erik Reed, Greysin Ishara, and Ashlee Bradley. And before we get into things today, we just want to thank and welcome Samantha May to the Wheel Weaves Patreon team. Thank you so much for your generosity and your support. We really truly could not do this without you. In this episode, we are talking about Chapter 11 of The Gathering Storm.
Yeah, Chapter 11 is The Death of Adrin.
Yep.
And it's like, who's Adrin? And then as soon as you meet him, you're like, no!
No,
but it's
Adrin.
too late. Too late.
Yeah, it gives a whole new meaning to Bloody Ashes.
Oh. Oh, no.
I thought that somebody in the chapter says, Bloody Ashes. And I was like, ha!
Yeah. I don't know if they're ashes, though, because anyways,
No.
we can talk about it when we get to it.
But the building.
That's true, too?
Yeah.
Okay, well, did you also notice
Bloody
that?
hell, like that, you know?
It's the book cover. It's the book cover scene. That's why Avienda's there. That's why there's a hole in the wall in the house.
Oh, and he's saying,
No! And raising his fist to
darn
the sky.
you!
Exactly, you get it.
Curse you!
Yes. Anyways, you're spoiling everything right now.
I know.
For what's going to be happening here.
Well, that's the end of this episode because it's the only chapter we're covering.
No, don't worry. I have a bonus fun fact for this chapter too. It's not that good, so don't get like your hopes up. But like I do have a bonus
I did
one.
no extra Googling.
Okay, I did a little bit.
I didn't have
Yeah.
anything really to Google. Torrents of rivers, flow of rivers, perhaps.
Sure.
You want me to do that real quick?
Like what?
I don't know. I bet I could find information about rivers.
But it has
the difference between rivers and streams.
Okay.
The technical definition, because Avienda doesn't really know.
Well, okay, yeah. I mean, she's got her own definition.
Exactly, but I could tell you the real definition.
Okay.
I'll look that up.
All right. Not now. Maybe later.
We'll see yours.
We'll see how much time we have to kill.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, speaking of Avienda, good segue. We get a lot of her moving river rocks from one place to another.
Sure do.
Over and over again. And the Aiel are super famous for these types of punishments that are usually tedious and useless and sometimes physically difficult. And I had to look up a little bit about the menial, useless tasks used as punishments. And I don't know if I got an exact definition or comparison here, but I did get sucked into the Greek mythology side of Wikipedia.
Fun.
So you're going to learn a little bit about, the traditional Wat Greek mythology crossover.
Fun.
Okay, Sisyphus. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I think I might be close.
Probably not. Go.
But in Greek mythology, Sisyphus was the founder and king of Ephyra, which is now known as Corinth, obviously. And he was definitely a bit of a rascal. So this was a guy. And he was a tyrant. He killed visitors to show off his power, which was violating sacred hospitality traditions.
Oh,
you
yeah,
don't kill
do that.
visitors, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's wrong. And he cheated death literally twice doing some shenanigans. But anyways, he wasn't a very good person. He got punished by the gods, and they forced him to roll a huge boulder up a hill, only for it to roll all the way back down every time it neared the top.
Oh,
so he had to
I
repeat
actually
this.
know this story.
Yes.
Okay.
His name's Sisyphus. He's got a name.
Mm-hmm.
And his punishment was to do that for all of eternity. Shoot.
Do you remember when we watched that Challenge 100 show?
Okay, on Netflix, yeah.
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 I'm pretty sure it was in South Korea.
Oh, maybe.
Based,
okay, yeah.
And it was all dubbed over in English.
Yep.
And one of the challenges they had to do
was Challenge of
this,
Sisyphus or
yeah,
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know what it was then.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Barely know what it is now.
No, but there's the punishment where he has to roll the rock up the hill.
Yeah.
Yes.
So anyways, this was his eternal punishment forever and ever.
Mm.
So anyways, it's basically the pinnacle of menial tasks. So through Greek influence on modern culture nowadays, tasks that are both laborious and futile are described as Sisyphean tasks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Fun.
Anyways, there you go.
Like that.
Okay. So that's what she's doing, I guess.
Great.
At least a little bit.
Great. And we'll probably talk about this as we get going into the chapter, but I feel like an idiot. I'm
Why?
as dumb as Avienda. I don't know if I'm supposed to have picked up on what she's being punished for. You know how, like, she certainly doesn't know?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I don't know if I'm supposed to know or not.
It's not glaringly obvious
It's
to you?
not. And
Shoot.
I don't know if it's supposed to be.
Okay.
And I'm really trying to figure it out. Like,
Yeah.
I'm really trying.
Have you thought about approaching it from, like, as if you were Elaine
Mhm.
and using her cool, calm, collected nature to figure
Yeah,
this out?
I know.
Have you thought about that?
No.
Okay.
That's the one thing I haven't tried.
Shoot, okay. There you go. Well, just do that and then you'll figure it out. It's obvious.
Yeah. Seriously, though, I don't know if I'm supposed to know because I don't.
Yeah. No guesses? Like, nothing?
Well, the same guesses I had last time.
I mean, Avienda's trying to, like, you know...
She really is
figure
trying.
it out.
Yeah.
She's like, you must be mad because of this. And they're like, nope.
No.
And it's like, shoot.
Yes,
Shoot.
I know. I know. I have a couple guesses.
Okay, well, let's
we'll
get
try
there.
again at the end.
You know, you can throw them up there on the board and we'll see what happens.
Okay, all right. So, chapter 11 is called The Death of Adrin, and the chapter symbol is the weird spiderweb,
Yeah.
lacy, age lace unraveling. That's what you called it,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
So,
Technically, bubbles of evil,
yeah.
age lace unraveling.
Shattered glass.
Right. Things are getting worse.
Things are weird, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Okay, so Avienda, we're in her perspective, she is casually overhearing
Right.
or overseeing
Because
some
the hand
maiden
talk.
hand talk,
Yeah.
talking about how somebody should be beaten again.
Right.
And I don't know if I'm supposed to know what they're talking about.
Well, you should.
Can I figure it out?
I mean, she says it.
Oh,
Pretty
who?
much. It's
Who
Rand.
does? Rand should be beaten as
Again,
if he's
yeah.
a child?
Well, yeah, so that's their conversation that they're talking about. They're like, hey, he should be beaten again because he's basically like a child. If he's not properly taught how to stay away from dangerous things, then it's shame on his parents. We're his parents, we should beat him again, basically, because he keeps going and doing things without guards.
Oh, they're
AKA,
mad.
he went to the Royal Ideralda meeting by himself, didn't take any guards.
Yeah. No, that part I
Yeah.
picked up on. But this whole, like, we should beat him again
That's
thing.
Rand. They want to beat him again.
Okay, but
Remember how
like,
they beat him last time?
no,
They, like, beat the crap out of him because he kept going places without guards.
I don't remember that.
Okay. I don't know how else to describe it because they kicked the shit out of him.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, and we were like, okay,
Hmm.
and he was like, yep, deserve that. I won't do it again. And then it's like, okay, he did it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You really don't remember it?
I feel like I need a
crap.
little
Okay,
more context.
bunch of maidens got around him.
Like when? Where?
Okay, well, it's fine.
I don't remember that at all. Okay.
You can look up like the book and stuff, I guess.
No, that's
exactly which
okay.
chapter, but is that
I
gonna
believe
help?
you that it happened. It rings a little bit of a bell.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, so they're talking about Rand. It's not supposed to be a secret.
okay.
They're pissed at him. They're pissed.
Okay,
Yeah.
it would help if I remembered that they have beaten him.
The first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but Avienda is in the middle of doing her super terrible punishment of removing these river stones from the river to the manor house and back.
Yeah.
And
I'm
it's
not totally
very
sure.
embarrassing.
Like,
It's
how many?
Very embarrassing.
Are we doing all of them? All of the rocks?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Because
Yep.
at the end of it, it's like, oh, you're not done.
You're not done.
It's like, not done
but
all of
she's
them?
tired because she did it all morning.
But also, she has to move the big ones, because if you pick the little ones, and that's shameful.
Then it's cheating.
Because then you're making light of your own punishment, and it's like, you don't want to do
Yes.
that, so.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in this, like, basically the exact same situation before, and I get it, totally.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Just moving rocks for
Yeah.
the sake of it?
Mm-hmm.
For punishment that
Yep.
you don't know that you're doing?
Yep.
Good.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, no. No, but she's very embarrassed.
Yeah.
Because people can see her
Yes.
doing this work.
Yeah.
She's like, I'd rather be naked.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Like,
I'd
there's
rather
a whole bunch
do a
of
lot
things.
of things.
Yeah.
This sucks.
Yeah, and the worst part also, well, equally bad part, is that the soldiers don't understand what's happening, and they can see her too.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know if that's more better or
I
worse.
bet they don't care what she's doing.
Well, and it's just like weird, because like, why? And you're not supposed to talk about this kind of thing
Mm-mm.
either.
Nope.
Same way she's not supposed to talk about the fact that she can still understand maiden hand talk, because it was like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. She
that
has
it's
to
like, yeah.
let that go.
Forget everything.
Well,
Yeah,
you just
can't.
sort of have to pretend that it doesn't concern you.
Right.
Yeah, you just gotta look away.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, she figures that it's her fault that Rand sucks
Yeah.
at knowing things.
It was her job.
Because it was her job to teach him.
Yeah, she did a bad job.
She's like, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I'm in this situation.
She was too busy flirting with him.
You know what? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
kind of.
Mm-hmm.
and
But also
running away.
the wise ones were like, you should flirt with him.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
do that. Get right into his tent.
Yeah.
Get right close to him. Marry
Yeah.
him if you need to.
Do it.
Absolutely do that.
Take one for the team.
Yeah.
It's like,
I know. And she really does want to get close to him, but can't until she has her honor back.
because she's a pile of garbage right now and doesn't deserve him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's the one who's made that rule for herself.
She did, yeah. I don't think anybody else.
Nobody else.
No.
Literally nobody. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
just decided that. It's
Yes.
her own rules to live by,
Yep.
and she hates them.
Yeah.
She hates that rule.
If only there was something you could do.
Yeah.
I wrote the rules. I should know the loopholes to rewrite them.
I know.
Yeah.
I do have to say, this chapter, other than the like crazy weird action scene,
Right.
the rest of it feels like the exact same chapter I already read.
Oh.
Everything that's happening in Avienda's head is exactly the same.
Okay.
We've made no progress.
All right.
And I think that maybe is the point.
Yeah.
That kind of is the point, I think, is that
Yeah.
she's still living in this and dealing with it, so like I have to too.
Okay. Yeah, I
And-
can see that.
But it like isn't fun. I don't love it for
Yeah.
Avienda. Like I love Avienda.
Yeah.
And I don't love this.
Well, Avienda
so-
doesn't love herself very much right now either. So
I know,
like, that
it's
makes
a problem.
sense. Yeah.
It's a problem.
So how about those clouds?
Okay, so the clouds are weird,
Yeah.
as always. I don't know. I feel like clouds are just like gonna be weird.
The
this
weird
book.
thing is that, people are complaining about the clouds making their moods bad. And she's
Oh.
like, that doesn't make any sense.
I don't get it.
What do clouds have to do with your feelings?
Yeah.
No.
Also, stop complaining about shade.
Oh, this is actually
And then
hilarious
also stop
conversation.
complaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Just in general,
this-
just stop it.
I have to say, like, I love this entire mindset because she puts Elaine up on this pedestal of like, okay, Elaine
Except
is
for
perfect.
when she's super moody because of pregnancy.
Yeah, and she's like, whoa.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Yeah.
But she's like, okay, so people complain all the time. Wetlanders are weird. They're complaining about the weather. They're complaining about the clouds. They're complaining it's too hot. Complaining it's too cold all the time. But Elaine also complains all the time. Like, all the time.
All the time.
Big
about
complainer.
everything.
Everything.
And so if Elaine does it, then it must be fine.
It must be okay. It must be some secret thing I don't understand.
Right.
Backwards honor.
It must
It's
be
honorable.
reverse psychology honor
Right.
situation.
It's not a weakness.
It's strength.
because you're like, hey, look at all
I-
my weaknesses.
And it's also, I trust you to
Yeah.
know how much I hate things.
Yeah, it's like I'm exposing my weaknesses, so it's
To
like then I'm
you.
stronger because I'm like,
Mm.
hey, what up?
Yeah. And so that whole thing
Mm-hmm.
comes about because when she's moving her river rocks,
Yeah.
one of the dudes is like, it's super hot here.
Super hot. Whoa.
I'm so hot. I'm burning up.
Yeah, and everyone just
And everyone's like, it's actually not. Are
Yeah.
you okay?
he wasn't.
You might have a fever.
He wasn't okay.
And then she picks up another rock
Yeah.
and walks away.
Yeah.
I can't say that.
Yeah. The guy who's feeling hot is Adrin.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we noticed too late.
Well, no. We notice it. It's just nobody expects.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like the bug dude.
What
He was like,
happens,
whoa, you don't look
that,
very
I
good.
thought it was going to be another bug situation.
Well, we don't do the same thing twice, though.
No, clearly no.
It's bubbles of evil. It's not bubbles of bugs.
It's not bubbles of repeats.
Right. That'd be boring. I don't want to see bugs again. I already
No.
saw the bugs once.
Although we're
Give me-
seeing lots of ghosts. We're seeing ghosts again, like again.
Yeah,
and
but they're like
again.
different. It's not like the same ghost.
It might be.
No.
What if I'm in the White Tower? Or
Literally,
if I'm
all
in
the ghosts we've been described has been different ghosts. There's been like
well,
the
that's
grandma
because
ghost.
we're
There's like
in
the Aes
different
Sedai ghost.
places. I bet if we stayed in that same house, we'd see Grandma again.
No way. I don't buy it.
What?
Nope.
What are you talking about?
There's no way to verify this. Okay. Anyways, so complaining is actually good. You show your humility.
But she'll never
Somehow-
understand.
No, it doesn't
Doesn't
make
get
any
it.
sense. And also, she tried to figure this out and like ask Elaine, like, "Hey, is this why you do it?" And Elaine's like, "No."
Well, she just laughs and
Yeah,
laughs, and
it's like,
she's like, "Okay,
And
I
she's
don't
like,
get the joke."
I must have stumbled upon some secret wetlander like
Right.
conspiracy. It's like, no, we just complain.
Yeah, we're just
terrible.
big complainers.
We're
Yeah.
big terrible people.
Okay, and during this time, this is when she's thinking about the river or the stream
Right.
that she can step into and pick rocks out of.
Okay. Are you doing your?
Yeah, so I
Okay.
did. I just Googled the
Okay.
difference between rivers and streams because she thinks this is clearly a river. Anything you can't just like step over
Yeah.
must be a river because a stream in the waste is literally like a trickle
like a
of like a runoff from somewhere.
Like you can fill your water skin and that's it.
And that's it. So now I have from reconnectwithnature.org.
Seems legit.
While there are no strict definitions to distinguish these waterways from one another, we tend to reserve the term river for the largest of these flowing bodies of water, while creek is used for the smallest, and stream often applies to waterways that are in between.
Oh, very loosey-goosey.
So, I mean, like, maybe Avienda has a bit of a point.
Yeah.
But then AZ Animals has an article on rivers, and it's what's the difference? Rivers versus stream explained. And it says that streams are more temporary than rivers, though they help bring water to rivers.
Okay. Again, seems loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
But I will give it to Avienda that there is no strict definition, and since she grew up in a place where, like, that would be, it makes sense that, different is different.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
That's what I got.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty solid. All right, anyways, Avienda's confused. The real problem is with the wise ones, though, because what the heck is going on here?
It's still the problem.
Yeah.
Same problem as last time. Avienda has completely failed in figuring out why she's being punished so severely, and she tries to think how Elaine would handle this situation, because she's always so calm and thoughtful, mostly.
Yeah, well, I love it, because it's always funny seeing, like, people's perspectives of other people that they like, and they're like, this person, Elaine, so calm and thoughtful, never charges into anything. It's like, really? Except for all the times she charges into places.
Yeah.
Like, every of the time.
Every of the time.
Always.
Everything. Remember when she just got kidnapped?
Exactly.
Actually, no, Avienda wasn't there. But,
no, she doesn't, but it's like, that's a good example.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So.
Not calm.
No.
Not thoughtful.
No.
Yeah. But now she does know the wise ones are angry at her for not learning quickly enough, but the problem is she doesn't know what she's supposed to learn quickly.
Right.
They're not teaching her anything.
They just ask her a bunch of questions and ask her opinion on things.
So, okay, here's my theory.
Okay.
Here's my new theory.
Is it new? Okay, because I think you said something last time.
This is my new theory.
Okay.
I think they want her to not answer the questions.
Why?
Maybe. So if they're like, hey, what do you think about this situation? Maybe she's supposed to say, that's none of my business. Or, maybe she's not supposed to just answer it as honestly as possible. Maybe that's the problem. Because then
I feel like you went the other way last time.
I did, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Of that.
Where she was supposed to say no to the punishments, and then they'd be like, okay.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, you passed the test.
It's one of it's something weird and loosey-goosey like that.
Okay. So you're going from both angles here. It's
I don't really
either
know.
Do that one where you're like, no more.
Well, because
or you'd
later,
be like, okay, I'm not.
when Melaine is talking to her, she kind of sighs at the answer.
Because she's not learning fast enough.
Yeah.
You're not learning. We don't have any time for this.
What?
We have no time. The last battle's coming. Come on. All I know is Avienda has to learn faster.
She just doesn't know what she's supposed to learn.
Right.
And neither do I. No clue. I don't know.
Okay.
Now, once she makes it back to the manor house again, one of the guards, the guy who was complaining, is like, hey man, you actually really don't look well.
Yeah.
And then Avienda goes over to the guy, embraces Saidar, and is like, maybe I can try some healing. Because
he looks bad. He doesn't look good. Looks like he's about to explode in a bunch of bugs.
Yeah, honestly.
Turns out it's not bugs, though.
Yeah, and he starts scratching at his temples, and he starts ripping his skin apart.
Right, just like, I can imagine, just tearing it open.
Like blood coming out, something black and charcoal-like starts
and burning, hot.
Out.
It's hot.
Well, it's magma.
It's
literally lava. It's oozing lava coming out of this guy.
Oh,
Haven't you seen those volcanoes in Hawaii? The shield volcanoes?
For sure.
Where they're just like oozing.
Okay.
That's what this guy looks like.
That's his face right now.
Because that can light stuff on fire.
Okay.
That's this guy.
Lava, magma, yep, it can.
Well, magma's inside.
Right.
Lava's outside. Okay. So the magma's inside him
Thanks,
currently.
science teacher. Yeah. So it's magma when it's inside of him, but it's lava when it starts coming out of his face.
Exactly. That's right.
Anyways, this is horrifying because the other guy's like, I know this guy, and now he's dying in front of my eyes.
Well, and it's so weird. Everyone's
we shouldn't
like,
be laughing
what
so
the
much.
Hell? No, I know.
It's absolutely crazy.
I know. It's
bubbles
like
of evil are terrifying.
It's almost like you have to laugh because it's like so crazy and
the black
crazy.
ooze boiling out of his body.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's good.
But then this is when Avienda snaps out of her shock. and she grabs the other guard who's just standing there.
Yeah, not Adrin.
Gets him out of the way.
Yeah.
Well, grabs him with air.
Right.
And pulls him away. And he's like, we're being attacked. It's the channelers.
It must be.
And Avienda's like, no, it's something way worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bubble of evil. Okay, so like we did solve the what is it. So it is a bubble of evil.
What is it?
Yeah.
What is it?
Bubble of evil.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's also like reading this chapter is kind of funny because it's called The Death of Adrin, and literally the first time we hear the name ever is Adrin. Like immediately you're like, oh no.
Yes.
But then the next sentence he dies.
He dies.
He's dead. Like
Yeah.
gone. Yeah. So you have no time to react and then recover. It's just like immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's one of those chapter titles that it's like, what else are we gonna call it?
Well, my first thought before I started reading the chapter, and it was like the death of Adrin, I thought about Swan's warder who died. What was his name?
Oh.
Adric or something?
Yeah.
Something similar
Ulrich?
to this.
I
Yeah.
can't remember.
Anyway,
Hold on.
Okay.
Ulrich.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's where my brain went.
Yeah.
With this name.
Okay.
And I was like, ooh, are we going to get more information on
Oh. Yeah, way
Swan's
off.
warder and that whole situation when Elida had him murdered?
You have some bad notes from the beginning books.
What do you mean?
Well, oh man, Adrin to Ulrich.
It's the same name.
It's the same name. Yeah. Okay, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay, but take this seriously.
Right. Okay.
Because this is
Yeah,
really
it's
serious.
super serious.
Now, this
It's not a. It's
lump of tar lava.
It's not Adrin anymore. It's tar lava.
Yeah.
Hot, very hot.
But he
tar
has
lava.
like these black bones like sticking out of him.
Right for now.
Yeah. Yikes. So
It's not
it's
like spreading.
so hot.
And it's not expanding. It's not like some sort of like expandy goo.
No.
That's like encompassing. It's just
Mhm.
like the solid lump that is or was him.
Yes.
Is just like, but it's hot, so it's starting to burn everything down.
Well, yeah, it's wood. It's a
Everything's
wood
made of
house.
wood. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's ignited the door and
Yeah.
the frame
Yeah.
of the manor house. And then so Avienda weaves air and water to put the flames out, but it is magic resistant.
Right. It's not. Yes.
It's not just regular lava.
It's like no.
It's magic resistant
not
lava.
working. Yeah.
And so then she starts throwing dirt
Yeah.
and sand.
She's using like her Aiel strategies of putting out fires in the waste. It's like air or like smother it,
Yes.
because if the air does the weaves of air,
Yeah.
but you can take the earth and throw it, and it's not resistant to the actual earth.
Yeah.
That's being thrown.
Yeah. Okay. So
It's kind of like the whole Matt
I'm gonna-
medallion situation.
I'm going to tell a story I was going to say
Oh.
about putting fire out with sand.
Oh. Okay.
My dad's going to like this one because it was him. He did it.
Oh.
So,
okay.
yeah. So when I was a kid, he used to walk through a schoolyard to get to a bus stop.
Okay.
And the play structure at my school used to be made of wood. And I guess some rascal teenagers set fire to it.
Ah. Okay.
Well, just a little bit. It was like a little bit burning.
Set a little bit of fire.
Yeah, just like one spot of it was like kind of burning
Okay.
as he was walking by. But also, this was when there was a bunch of sand
Yep.
at the play structure.
Yep.
And so he took a bunch of sand and like put it out
There you go.
on the play structure.
I'm just imagining it's like where the kids like holding just like a Bic lighter up to the
Probably.
for like an hour
Probably.
because it won't catch.
Well, there were no kids around when he was walking.
Well,
the
they
bus
got
up.
spooked
It
and
was
ran
like,
away probably.
I don't know. Yeah. Well, no, it was like, I don't know, 5 a.m.
Oh, okay.
6 a.m.
I don't know.
I don't know. I was a kid, so I actually don't remember the story that well, but he'll like that I told that. So,
It's good.
yeah. Put some sand on the fire.
Well, also it's not
And
really
it
working
works.
for the magical
This doesn't
lava
work
man.
as well.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, fire safety 101. If you're going to dissolve yourself into a big fiery hot charcoal lava pool, move away from wooden structures
Oh.
and playgrounds.
Yeah. But luckily, there's a giant river
Right.
we can pull from.
I love it. She hears the people from inside because there's people screaming now, and they're like, "Buckets, get buckets!" And she's like, "Buckets,
Right.
water,
We
Water
can
to put
use water.
amazing."
Yeah.
We're the little fire trucks from Camelin.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bucket
man.
Brigade.
Bucket Brigade.
Didn't you do a Bucket
I
Brigade
did
fun
a
fact
whole
once?
did a whole fun fact on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, instead of Bucket Brigade, we can channel, so that helps too.
Yeah, so she's going to start channeling a massive column of water,
Yeah.
pulling it from the river, and just start slamming it into the
Yeah.
flames,
You ready
which
for-
is
you ready
very
for-
impressive channeling.
It is. Good for her.
Yeah.
You want a secondary fun fact?
Yes, I do.
And maybe get a shot lined up?
A shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Because our lovely patrons, especially Greysin, was like, hey, you should probably do more shots. And I said, okay, maybe.
Yeah, it's been a little while. Okay.
That's fair. That's fair. And it's, it's Tuesday, so, we're just going to go with it.
I'm doing damp January.
Yeah.
I haven't been drinking as much this month.
You know what? And you haven't, so good for you.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Not dry completely.
No, that's unrealistic.
But damp. Damp January.
I like it.
Yeah. Okay, are you going to tell me what we're doing
Yes,
shots
okay.
for?
Here we go.
What's the fact?
Okay, it's a double. It's a double. So, this guy's name is Adrin.
Yes.
Now, the name Adrian is actually a form of the Latin name Adrianus or Hadrianus, and the origin of that name is very likely via the former river Adria from the phonetic and Illyrian word ader, meaning sea or water. Adrian is a playoff of the word water. He gets doused by water. That's the whole river thing. It's loosey-goosey. Harry Potter reference for you.
Yeah, it was like, where's the reference?
You know whose name also means from the water or from the river? Aberforth, Dumbledore.
Dumbledore's brother.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is that his brother?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know that part. Anyways, it
Aberforth
was the first.
is
the first name on it.
Albus Dumbledore's brother.
Okay.
Dumbledore's the last name.
Cool. There you go. Harry Potter.
That is hardly...
There you go. No, I did it.
What?
I did it. It
No,
counts.
that you did not. That was so bad.
Okay. What am I to do? That's all I had.
I really thought it was going to be a Lord of the Rings because I was like, how does this connect at all?
Well, there wasn't any lava man in the Lord of the Rings that I know of.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's get that vodka lined up. Here we go.
Oh gosh. Okay. So we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back with those.
Okay.
Okay. So we're back.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I thought it was good to use our Harry Potter
Harry Potter shot glasses.
and Lord of the Rings for me.
Yep. Love them.
Okay. Cheers. Pour one out
Cheers.
for Adrian.
Aw.
Yeah. He didn't make it.
No. Oh.
Okay.
Okay. I'm okay.
Okay.
Okay, so way to go, quick thinking Avienda
Yeah.
at this point, because everybody who's still in the manor house, Avienda's hoping is going to get out the back door and the entire thing isn't going to go up in flames. And even though we have Aes Sedai and we have male channelers, it doesn't really seem like we have anybody else who's doing anything.
Well,
about
it's also
this.
kind of deceptive because, how big is this manor house? It's hard to explain because we've seen some manor houses in the Wheel of Time that are sprawling and huge.
Mini
and
mansions,
You'd have to assume that this is also a big one, and the cover doesn't do a lot of justice on how big this thing actually is.
No.
It's like when there's a fire at the front door. What's the how much
if
danger
we're
are we
in like a farmhouse?
Yeah.
The whole
One.
And I also think that this happened pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And Avienda happened to be standing right there.
Yes.
And then by the time it's out, that's when everybody's around.
Yeah, and now there's just a hole in the wall and it's fine.
Yeah, I was waiting for the whole thing to collapse.
Yeah, but I think it's bigger than that.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty big manor house. I think it's big.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Anyways, she's got to work at that for a while because, again, it's super hot.
Yeah.
Because it's magma or lava or both.
Right. And fire and...
fire. Yeah.
Magic resistant at
Right.
that.
Right.
So...
And then she can look up, and then one of the Ashaman is starting to do the same thing, another
Yeah.
big water funnel thing coming from the river.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, there is some help. Yeah.
Yeah, eventually, and then that kind of starts. They get it under control. That's what happens.
Yeah, but the problem is that the original pile of Adrin
Yeah.
now won't move.
Right.
And it's cooled and hardened.
Yeah.
And now it's igneous rock.
Okay. That's
how
another
igneous rock
another
is
science
formed.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yep.
Because it's glassy and black and like obsidian.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, different. I don't know very much about rocks, but
Yeah, no, it's igneous rock. That's what it is now.
okay.
Yeah.
And she ends up poking it with a stick. It's it's
Uh-huh.
not gooey.
Nope.
You'd expect it to maybe be gooey because it used to be Adrian, but now it's not.
No.
Yeah, okay. But anyways, that's the end of the burning of Adrian.
Well,
Now we can get into the next
now
scene.
we can get into Rand shouting, "Burn you!"
Yeah, she hears it, and then
Yeah.
he comes storming out of the hole in the wall.
Yeah, and then he stares at the sky and shakes his fist, shouting, "I'm the one you want! You'll have your war soon
Right, keep going, because Avienda's like, Rand, there's people around.
Yeah.
And he's like, keeps going.
I will stop you. Do you hear me? I'm coming for you.
Keep going, it's not done yet.
Don't waste your power. You'll need it against me.
There you go, you did it. Okay. Solid speech, Rand. So
and Avienda's like, Rand.
Yeah.
She really should call Luz.
Yeah.
That'd get his attention faster, I bet.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, like, in the newspaper tomorrow, it's going to read, like, angry man shouts at clouds. It's like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, man, okay. Yeah.
Well, he looks over at her and she can feel his anger through the bond.
Yeah.
And then he just turns and stalks back into the wrecked building.
His emotions are a little bit all over the place right now.
As always.
Yeah.
As per usual.
Yeah, but you should go and take a second look at that book cover, because you can actually see, like, the hole in the wall.
Yeah, okay, I will.
But the cover doesn't have the pile of Adrin. It's not there.
Okay.
It's not, like, on the ground.
Yeah.
And it's been pointed out by people. It's like, where is because everything else in the scene is, like, pretty much it.
Yes.
But yeah.
All right.
Okay, good to know.
Okay. So now a soldier is around.
Yeah.
And he says out loud, does this sort of thing happen often when he's near?
Yeah, and this is one of the new guys, one of the officers from Ituralda's guys.
Right.
They haven't been around Rand. They don't know what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's heard about things like this happening.
Right.
He didn't even really know if he believed it or not, but he sounds a little unsettled.
Yeah. I love Avienda. She's like, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
More often around him, but it is happening everywhere because the Darkwood is breaking free.
Yep, and all those rumors, because actually during the bug guy incident, we did hear that guy had heard something like that happening similar somewhere else. Like, it definitely is happening all over the place.
Right.
Unraveling of the pattern. It's not good.
Sure. Now, Avienda starts cleaning up the area with the people around, and some Aes Sedai start coming out, and Maurice is here.
Yeah.
And she looks at Avienda and goes, a shame.
Right, and it's like, it's going to be rude.
Yeah.
You know she's saying something rude.
Well, Avienda's like, what's a shame? A shame about
this?
the building? I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the guy? Yeah.
And I right away was like, no, Avienda.
You.
You.
Yeah.
Because you're so strong and the White Tower could just teach you so much.
You totally would have been Aes Sedai by now if you're in the tower.
Yeah. You're so strong, but you know what? You have some roughness to your weaves. And Avienda's like, rude.
Yeah, super rude.
Yeah.
Kind of racist. And it's like, shut up, Maurice.
Yeah.
Do you remember who Maurice is? Pakwiz, who she bonded to.
Ugh. She's green.
Yeah, bonded to.
Flynn.
Narishma. Close. Yeah.
Same thing. I don't even know the difference between those guys.
Bells in the hair.
Oh, Arafelin. Right? From Arafel? That's who have the bells in the hair?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah.
That's Maurice.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, Mullane comes up.
Yep. The wise one.
The wise one. The blonde wise one.
Married to.
Pregnant.
Married to.
Bale.
And. Technically.
Woman.
Yeah.
Another one.
Dorinda.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Now, Maurice backs off and leaves.
Right. Because they like stare down. It's so, oh man. Okay.
Now.
It's tension.
Yeah. Once they're alone, Mullane is like, to think we used to love them so much.
Right.
Yeah.
And now we found out they're just a bunch of.
They just suck.
Bunch of weenies. Like, what's happening here?
All right, so now Mullane is going to explain to Avienda that she is stronger than most Aes Sedai in the power.
Like, Mullane is stronger than most Aes Sedai, yeah.
And Avienda is way stronger than she is and has a ton of control.
Yeah.
And none of these Aes Sedai could have even remotely done that whole river water situation.
Yeah, and they're even doing, she's even saying, like, maybe Cadsuin, but, like, maybe not. Like, we don't even know.
Yeah, she's like, you literally changed the flow of the river to flow into the building this way.
I love how there's like a technical aspect and Avienda's like, I don't know what I did. It's like, yeah.
And she's like, yes, that's what you literally just did.
Yeah, it's good. But you know what? You don't want to pump Avienda up too high.
No, because she switches gears and says, you know what? You're good at that, but you refuse to learn.
Right. There's no time.
Now, what if Avienda were to just say, what am I supposed to learn? Is that just so dishonorable?
It's pretty dishonorable.
Yeah, but she's already so dishonored.
Yeah, but it'd be even worse.
I know, but she's gotta just ask.
Does she?
Yeah, because...
So we're okay, let me just clarify. We're either going to ask, what do we do wrong?
Yeah.
We say, no,
No,
not answering
I'm
any
not
of your
being
questions.
punished.
No, not my business. Or we say, stop asking me, or something. Well, you don't get to ask me questions? I like it.
No,
Covering the bases.
She's supposed to say, no, I'm not doing this punishment. I actually have no toe.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that does say, okay,
thing.
right, okay.
That's what I said last time.
I'm
like,
confused.
Okay, they're like, if we just keep giving you punishments and you just keep doing them.
If you keep taking it, you gotta be like, no,
exactly,
no more.
You have to be like, I'm a wise one now.
I don't have any.
I don't do this.
Right.
That's what she has to learn.
So we're either that,
and also,
yeah.
Not my business. Not answering these questions. Because this is the learning lesson, right? Here's a question. What do you think of Rand's plan to kidnap the merchant chiefs?
Right.
And Avienda's like, I don't even understand why merchants are chiefs.
Don't they have
to sell their wares?
How do they have time to lead people?
Yeah. But anyway,
it's a good point.
She says it's a good plan, and even though the Aiel don't like it, like the whole kidnapping thing, Rand should have phrased it better. Yeah, he should have said, you're protecting them. Forced protection or something.
Yeah.
And they would have responded better, like the Aiel would have liked their job better.
Yeah.
And Mulaney's like, yeah, but it's the same thing. And Avienda's like, yeah, but what you call it matters.
Seriously.
And it's all true.
Oh, yeah.
But then she still fails. Well,
does she?
The test. Yeah, because she gets punished again.
Maybe that wasn't the test. Maybe they still are legitimately asking her questions about like what she thinks.
Is different?
Maybe.
I don't know.
No one knows what maybe the wise ones don't know what the test is. And they're just like, make it up.
Don't.
Yeah.
Okay, so then Mulaney is like, okay, well, what did you take out of this whole meeting?
Yeah.
That whole meeting that happened. And Avienda is like, well, Rand still thinks like a Wetlander king, and it's my fault. It's my fault.
Yep.
I accept it.
That's why I'm being punished. That's because, and
Mulaney's like,
no.
Nope.
Wrong.
No, we all tried. Rand sucks.
Literally, the wise ones tried. Yeah. Everyone's tried. We can't. Nobody's done
anywhere.
Anything. Yeah.
Can't get anywhere with that guy.
No.
Not your fault. And Avienda's like, Kate, well.
Shoot.
Shoot.
Okay, but this next part is actually really important too, about the perspectives of Aiel and Rand and how he views the Aiel. So I do want to highlight this. Okay, so she's like, okay, what Rand needs to understand is that the Aiel as a collective aren't as patient as like Rourke specifically is. Rourke is a pretty chill guy.
Yeah.
And he will accept a lot of things, but they're not all going to be like that, and they might not continue to take Rand's offenses.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of being offensive.
Like Timothy.
Yeah,
guy.
Exactly. Yeah.
What's his name? Timon?
Timon. You know what? Yeah, there you go.
Something?
Okay.
What is it? It's the other guy.
Timbaland.
Timberlands. Got it.
Yeah. First name Justin. Okay.
Timberlake.
Okay. He's the clan chief of the Miagoma, and we actually got to see his perspective previously during the whole Rand kidnap Dumais Well situation, where he said if the rumors were true that Rand actually went willingly with the Aes Sedai, then that means Rand betrayed them, and he's going to take the Miagoma back to the waste, but not before he kills Rand. So this guy's already on like a little bit of eggshells here. Like, you got to be careful with this guy because he might not be cool with whatever Rand does. And that's what Aviend is explaining. Like, the wise ones are basically working overtime right now to keep the Aiel collectively with Rand. And Rand's issue is he sees them as a big homogenous group that are all going to like blindly follow him. And that's not necessarily true.
Yeah.
He's taking them for granted.
Does he think that the Shido are just like outliers?
We don't really... Rand knows that the prophecies say that, the Aiel are basically his.
Yeah.
And he's taken that way too far in the other direction.
Okay.
So...
Got it.
It's a weakness. It's a weakness of Rand, and Avienda, that's some good insight.
Yeah, and she also thinks about how the wise ones do a lot of work.
A whole lot.
Behind the scenes.
Rand doesn't know.
And she, as a maiden, also never took into account or appreciated.
Yeah.
So, that's part of it.
Okay, surprise, surprise. Aiel also don't like being used as tools.
Surprise.
Surprise, surprise. All right. So that's kind of why Mulaney kicks off the whole she stares off and thinks a remnant of a remnant, because if you recall, that's the prophecy with Rand. He's going to break the Aiel, and only a remnant of a remnant are going to survive, basically.
Yeah.
Right, as, and we have to follow Rand, but, do we follow Rand, but we're not going to be the same.
Yeah. And
There's
then
a
she
whole
asks
bunch.
Avienda what happens to the
Yeah.
Aiel if Rand leaves them burned and broken.
Yeah.
Do they limp back to the Threefold Land or continue on like they used to? And Avienda hasn't really thought about that yet.
No.
Like what comes next.
Yeah. Well, you got to think about
Situation.
that, right?
Well, and she's like, I doubt they're going to want to go back there. It
Yeah.
kind of sucks, and there's a lot of perks to living out over here.
Yeah.
Like water.
Water, big one.
Yeah,
You know.
mostly that.
But I mean, that's the thing. The Threefold Land was supposed to be the test, right? Like that was they had to get prepared for when the dragon returned. That's kind of the point. And now what?
Now what?
Now what? Now what do we do?
Yeah. Well, Mullane tells Avienda to go back to her tent and sort of get cleaned up because of how gross and dirty she
You
is
look terrible.
from the whole fire situation.
Yep.
And then she says, tomorrow we'll discuss your punishment for not finishing the stones and
Yeah.
for not learning quickly enough.
No time. There's no time.
And she's like, what?
Okay.
Again. And I'm like, geez, what's happening?
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it. That's it.
The whole thing.
Okay. Now it is kind of funny because like on the way back, she thinks about how Elaine has basically like tricked her into taking beds for granted and like those treacherous death traps that are soft beds.
Yes, because I'm
Yeah.
too comfortable
too
and
comfortable.
relaxed to even know if somebody's about to sneak up
I
on me in my
know.
sleep.
It's just like the treacherous death traps. That's what a
Of
bed
a
is.
feather bed, of a feather mattress.
And then,
And down pillows.
but you know what? She also thinks, ooh, maybe I could go see Rand. But then no, don't deserve it.
I can't do it.
Can't go to him as a beggar, a pile of garbage. It's like, come on, Avienda.
Avienda.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I'm really hoping this gets resolved soon.
Okay.
It's not good for Avienda and
Yeah.
me.
Sure.
It's
sure.
not good for my relationship with Avienda.
You know, I understand
I need
that
it
too.
to be resolved soon.
Okay.
Because she's just too good. She's too good for this.
Yeah.
I hate it.
No.
At least with...
She quits. She quits
Well,
Wise
okay.
One and it says, I'll be a maiden
I'd say
again.
at least with Egwene, it was always very obvious what Egwene was being punished for and like why she was being punished.
Yeah.
This is bothering me.
Sure.
And it's obviously part of it.
Okay.
This is obviously part of it, and Avienda needs to figure it out.
Yeah.
And it's going to be so dumb that I'm going to be like, that's dumb.
Yeah.
And then we move on, you know?
Yeah.
I just want to move on.
Okay. Well, you can move on for one chapter.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing next.
Yeah, but you said the next one's a little longer at least.
It is. Yeah. Yeah, it's like 25 pages or something. Like it's a longer one, so you know, it's good.
Okay.
And then I think we're back to doubles for a bit. Maybe. I haven't really figured it out that far. Anyways,
You
one
should
chapter
probably
next.
think about it. You should probably
yeah.
look.
Yeah. Well, it's the February calendar that'll come out next.
Oh, yeah.
So
Keep your eye out
I'll
for
figure
that.
it out like probably tomorrow.
Yeah, sounds good. Good reason to come join our Discord.
Ooh, okay. Yep.
There's announcements about
And
what chapters and episodes are coming out for our
Q&A
schedule.
Q&A coming up,
Q&A. Q&A open to everybody.
right?
That'll come up soon. Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, and just to leave on another fun fact, I just looked up exactly what obsidian is because I
Okay.
knew I was right about the igneous rock situation.
Sure.
Obsidian is a hard, dark, glass-like volcanic rock formed by the rapid solidification of lava without crystallization.
Okay.
So, he was, in fact, lava.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Love it.
So, before you become obsidian, I'm going to say that this is part of the pattern now.
Yeah, it's part of the pattern.
Well, that's the end of another fun episode. Thanks so much for listening, everyone. The Wheel Weaves is hosted and edited by Dani and Brett and produced by Dani and Brett with Passion Socks, Cody Fouts, Benjamin, Jamie Young, Megan, Jared Berg, Ricky Morissette, Adam, Mozyme, Marta Thier, Michelle Forbes, MKM, Antoine Benoit, Lawrence Bradley, Colby T, and Gabby Young with music by Audionautics. Be sure to check out our Patreon page if you're interested in supporting us on the podcast. We'd love to send you some Patreon exclusive merchandise as a thank you. Plus, you'll gain access to our episodes earlier than everyone else. And at the time of recording, we have over 45 bonus episodes for your listening pleasure. Find all that and more at patreon.com/thewheelweavespodcast. For general information about our show and information like how to send us shot glasses, how to join the Discord, or how to get in touch with us, visit thewheelweavespodcast.com. And as always, please be sure to give us a 5-star review because it really does make a really huge difference in helping other people find us. And tell a friend, Riyadh, because referrals really are the best compliment. Thanks so much for listening. This really is part of the pattern now.